There's a lot of people who are looking forward to Persona 6, including myself. And the thing is, we haven't had any we haven't seen any screenshots or gameplay footage or anything regarding an announcement from Atlus about Persona 6. We do know that it's going to be a thing in the future, but we don't know the exact release date for it, and there's still a lot of details about the game that we're in the dark about. Now, one of the things that I've been reading on various websites is that the main color for Persona 6 is going to be green, because you look at the other main installments within the series, like the main color for Persona 3 was blue, for 4 it was gold, and for 5 it was red. And there's also been rumors about there possibly being a female protagonist in Persona 6, which makes perfect sense because it seems like Rockstar's kind of going in that route with the Grand Theft Auto series, because GTA 6 is supposed to have a female protagonist also. And I think it's going to be hard to top the Joker as a main character, because he was now I'm not talking about DC or Batman or anything. I'm talking about Joker, the character from for Persona 5. He was the main protagonist, and a lot of people seem to like him. Um, they seem to put him on the same level as Makoto in terms of popularity. And for those who don't know, Makoto was the main character for Persona 3 from 2006. And the Persona 5 game came out back in, I want to say, 2015 or 2016. So that was like about a decade ago. And that ended up being like the best entry in the entire series in terms of commercial success. And I think overall, between the base version of Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, which came out like in 2020, those two games ended up doing like at least 10 mil, put together in terms of overall sales. And it's going to be pretty tough to top that. And the thing is, Persona, the series seems to get better in terms of popularity, in terms of gameplay, in terms of Atlas constantly improving the mechanics and freshening things up, and trying to make it more appealing to casuals. It's something that Atlas has been consistently, getting better at. And I do feel that Persona 6 possibly coming out in summer of next year would be a pleasant surprise, because I remember months ago I made a video on whether or not it was too soon for Persona 6. And I mean, at this point, it's been almost a decade, and I don't think it could be too soon. Like, I'd say maybe like 3, 4 years ago would have been too soon for a Persona 6, but right now it's something that's desperately needed, because I look at like this year in relation to high profile video game releases, and there aren't really too many games within the RPG genre that really stand out. And I think right now the time is right for Atlas to put out high profile RPGs, because let's be honest, for the most part, Square Enix have been putting out duds in relation to RPGs, because a lot of their games have been flopping big time. Even Final Fantasy 16, I wouldn't say it was a flop, but at the same time, it didn't sell as much as it should have, and I don't think it really got past like the 3 or 4 million mark in terms of sales. And I'm pretty sure that Persona 6 is something that would blow Final Fantasy 16 right out of the water in terms of commercial success, because it's something that people have been waiting for so long to see. And as far as Persona 6 is concerned, and us possibly getting a trailer, I've been reading online, like on Game Rant, that there had been speculation that we might see something in relation to Persona 6 at the 2024 Game Awards, which is supposed to start December 12th, if I'm not mistaken. And and if that is the case, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are going to be looking forward to it. And I honestly feel like if the game was close to being complete, we would have seen something or some type of material in relation to Persona 6. But I've been going on like Reddit and I've been reading all kinds of threads about the game being like 95% complete or something like that. And I'm not exactly sure how accurate or how true that is, but like it's been years since, Persona 5 came out and like, for the most part, you would think Atlus would be doing something, with in relation to creating a sequel to P5. And I'll say this. I mean, people have been waiting for like Mario Kart 9 for quite some time. And I think we learned in early 2022 that Mario Kart 9 was like it had entered like pre-production or something like that. We didn't hear anything about Persona 6. We didn't even hear about it entering pre-production. So unless Atlas is going out of their way to keep this secret or to to try and like surprise the world once they reveal a trailer, um, it really makes me wonder how far in development they really are. And if speculation says that we should be getting it by summer of next year, then then it makes me think that we're gonna probably get it towards the second half of next year or sometime in 2026. Either way, I really wouldn't mind, but the time has to be right for Persona 6 release. And I'm looking at like all the games that are coming out in 2025. It's not such a heavy lineup. There's not too many video games from or too many video games that's coming out next year that's going to overshadow Persona 6 if it does come out that year. The only things I can really think of off the top of my head are like Doom the Dark Ages and, Fable and, games like that. But even like, I don't think those games would, overshadow, Persona 6 because Persona 6 is a game that people waited too long to see. And yeah, I hope we definitely learn more details about Persona 6 and its official release date between now and the end of 2024.